Hello, everybody. Welcome to another edition of the Grunts and Grumbles podcast. Here with you is Tom
and Vince.
Wow, we're back.
Happy New Year, man.
Happy New Year to you, too.
Know, looks
2021.
2020 is officially finito.
Let's hope.
Well, it's not like, it's still like pushing over.
They might have been adding more gasoline to the fire.
It's now
just throw something at it.
Instead of one dumpster, it's two dumpsters now. Now instead we just had one by itself firing up. Yeah. They've added a second one
to the tire yard.
Yeah, the tire yard. Beside the flaming tires. Simpsons know what's up.
Unbelievable.
It's it's pretty great. I don't know. It's what a year, I guess technically.
We ended it off with a bang, especially on the show.
Oh yeah.
I want to say, I think, maybe not, again, a little hazy.
Yeah.
It's been a couple of weeks.
Yeah.
Last episode, 38, the Denzel Christmas special.
Yeah, very, very Denzel Christmas.
Was our highest rated, fastest rated episode.
Wow. Listen, it was stacked full of guests.
It hit over 100 views on YouTube.
Yeah. In
less than a week.
Wow.
So I don't know, depending on that one or 34 with Scott when we talked about the blood drive.
Yeah.
It's neck and neck on that one.
Mm-hmm.
But I want to say, let's just say for shits and giggles, because it was chaotic, but it was fun. Lots going on.
Yeah, you could say that.
A lot of wrangling cats and everything else. And it's quieter today, as you can see.
Very much so.
A little more sedate. The hangover haze is still among us.
Well, we had to end the year with a bang.
Well, I wanted to. I feel like too, and I don't know if from a listener viewer's standpoint, when we edited, especially with me, and I think you did too, because you do the audio side, I do the video. I wanted to keep the ambience in.
I think it was good. It made it seem like it was a Christmas special,
right?
And it's not by any means anything polished. Like we don't.
No, of course,
but I feel like it was good. Like you had your people in the back having a good time because that's what this show's about.
And I think we've missed that. I think that noise, was like if it was an everyday thing, you'd be like, why the fuck are these guys even trying a podcast? Because it's so noisy, it's distracting.
Exactly.
But this felt comfortable.
It felt like back to normal.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And that's what I was trying to instill in the audio. I don't know if you've missed stuff. Don't know, depending on what format you've watched it or listened to, if it's changed in that aspect. But that's exactly what I was trying to convey. I'm sure you were too. Just to give it that comfort of a social gathering.
And normality.
And we haven't had that. We haven't, you can't even go to bars anymore.
Which is, it's depressing.
The World Juniors, did you watch?
I did, yeah.
Did you enjoy it?
I enjoyed it all the way up to the final game, I guess you could say.
I know it's sad for me, but I know I've touched base on this year already with some of the episodes. It's hard to watch sports right now, personally for me, because I feel like it's a slap in the face.
I don't know if it's a slap in the face. It just sucks because...
They get to do it, we can't.
Well, no, not just that. It's just there's no crowd. There's no sounds. But there's no, you see the people in the crowd having a good time. When the players score a goal, they go to the glass, and you have all those cheering, adoring fans and like slamming the glass, enjoying and cheering you on, where now it's just like, it's your guys, you're playing shinny.
And I hate that they added the ambience, and I don't know if that's just on the broadcast feed of a crowd cheering.
I didn't hear.
They do it in the baseball, and they did it in the World Juniors. We hear crowd.
Well, there's some people.
All the chairs were black.
I know, but there's like some people like who work for the teams.
Well, yeah, no, but this sounds like
really.
Like I don't know what button it is here.
Denzel puts it.
But so it had a crowd feel, and they did it with baseball too, and it's like it's almost. I
don't like it.
To me, it feels like a slap in the face. Like, haha, we can have fun. You can.
When MLS did, they had that back to.
It's you.
No, it's you. When MLS did back to. When MLS first episode back. When MLS did that back to Cup or whatever it was called, back to Soccer Cup or whatever it was.
Yeah, whatever.
And they had no sounds, but you could hear every single thing the coaches were yelling. Every single thing the players were yelling, the swearing. I kind of enjoyed that for like 2 games. And I was over it quick. I'm like, I don't just play nothing. Just let me hear the commentators.
Right.
I don't need to hear it. I don't need to hear the bench sounds. I don't need to hear the play. I mean, it's inevitable because there's no crowd.
Yeah. But I feel like Team Canada would have done better on the gold medal game. We're in a home soil.
Yeah,
we're on our home turf.
I don't know.
And the crowd pushes you. The crowd drives you, and to not have that on your home soil for your own home sport, your national sport, is an insult.
I'll normally agree.
Right.
But I feel like America had that game. That was their game.
They usually do.
No. Well, lately, yes and no. But I feel like the Canadian juniors were
There's a lot of circling outside.
Well, no, what happened was they were not really tested till that game.
That's just, yeah. I feel, and again, no athlete here.
Of course.
Right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hold on, though. Video game wise, top athlete.
For me, I feel that you can, as an athlete, burn yourself out when you put too many goals out there. When they're playing Germany, it's 15-0.
Okay, Germany also had...
Cut it down. Yeah. I know, but cut down those goals because, I don't know, it feels like it's a reserve tank. Because what's left when you actually have to drive? Because you're just firing, it's a practice at that point.
I think they felt like they were unbeatable.
Yeah, well.
And nobody's unbeatable.
Never. Nobody. Right?
Finland beat Russia in the bronze medal game.
Mm-hmm.
Germany almost came pretty close to being a good team against Russia, and they only lost 2-1 against Russia. Yeah. And they were down 14 people. They had 14 people on their team.
Wow.
Because of COVID.
Yep.
No one's unbeatable.
And
Canada
kids.
played. Yeah, they're kids.
I love that they're kids.
Well,
16, 17?
They're not. They're 21 and under, I think, or 20 and under.
Is it? Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
So they're some of them are 20. I think
they're not drafted yet.
Some of them are.
Some are, yeah.
I think I think their age is 17 to 21 or 17 to 20.
Okay.
I think is what they're allowed in there. But some of them this is their third or fourth World Junior.
Right. Now what do you think about the new NHL rules? Because
the blue line?
It's starting up in a couple weeks.
The new blue line rule, you mean?
It actually starts in a week. I'm not sure about those rules, but the fact that now Canada is its own division.
Oh, that. I'm okay with that. I don't care. Let's keep the country separated right now. And I'm just gonna leave it at that.
Yeah,
we can just keep it. Let's just keep it Canada. But
keep our guys safe.
I don't know the end of result is though. Is there a Stanley Cup final or is it Canada versus the United States?
Know. And then
is it
do they only play till April?
I don't know.
Is this going? Yeah,
I don't want to talk about it till I know what's up.
I know. I just feel like that clock got shifted so badly.
Yeah.
And if you remember, what was it, 2012?
Yeah.
When they were announcing the World Cup for Qatar. Remember, World Cup for Qatar is coming up.
Yeah.
And it was so hot
in summer people were dying.
That Qatar was saying, no, we have to shift the schedule so the World Cup will be played between November and December.
Okay.
And everyone's going, well, that's our Premier Leagues. We're going to throw schedules. And Qatar has so much money that they said, make it work because we're paying for this. And FIFA goes, oh, okay.
Yeah.
And now we're coming towards the Qatar World Cup.
You know what? I think it's better to do it in the November to December because otherwise those athletes are going to die, man. I know. But imagine them in the mid of July.
Right.
Playing in I don't know, 60-degree weather.
I'm going for Cameroon on this one.
Are you? I think they have the advantage. I don't know. I really want to watch sports with crowds.
Again, I know. I want to do everything with crowds.
Oh God.
You know, I know. And again, I'm not gonna jump into where my personal matters lie on this.
Yep.
This is something that the reason why we're doing this to give you an escape from everything else.
What's bothering me the most is my birthday.
Yeah.
It's coming up. It's not a big deal. It's not like a milestone or anything.
Tomorrow.
Whenever you listen to it, who knows what it is.
Whatever.
But
you'll see the date.
I can't do anything.
Hey,
I can't go to a bar.
I haven't celebrated my birthday from March last year.
Yeah.
Right?
That's right.
Christmas, I didn't even do anything this year.
We didn't do that anyway. You know what?
I know.
It is what it is. I have a new hobby.
Okay.
I kind of talked to you about it. Honestly, before we started the show, we had like a 25-minute conversation before the show. I know, which is good.
The hermit
but
alone.
I wouldn't tell you my hobby.
Yeah, okay. So
can
I make a list of top 5
of
first?
My hobbies?
What I think it could be?
Sure. Yeah. I don't think you're going to guess it though. But
ice fishing. Polar Bear Club.
I swear, it's like you don't even know me. I hate the cold.
Underwater drinking.
That's the one. Imagine. I just go underwater and I have a straw. I just have a straw that goes to my glass outside the water.
Skeet shooting.
It's too cold. All these things are too cold.
Setting yourself on fire.
Yeah, just standing outside. No, okay, so
not cross stitch.
No, definitely not. So with the whole thing of not being able to meet new people and all this stuff, you can't go out anywhere. Right. So on Instagram, when you get like these random messages from clearly fake people,
the bots,
the models, the bots, the people who are like
influencers. Yeah,
I now have full blown conversations with them.
Okay,
I'm now invested in 3 conversations.
Nice.
One of them asked me for money.
That's
what I'm waiting for. So I'm basically playing the game to how long I can talk to them until they ask me for something.
Okay.
So it's been, I think I started like around Christmas.
Okay.
And I'm in 3 conversations right now.
Right.
And Carolyn knows about. I told her about this when I knew hobby. And so I'm for sure like they claim to be beautiful women.
Right. Right.
Right. I'm positive that they're all like men. 100%.
Yeah, they're in Dubai or something.
So a couple of like sent me photos. Mm-hmm. So I've since saved those photos to my phone and Google search the images of the photos.
Oh, okay.
Because you can do that.
Yeah, okay.
And one of them is I think a retired porn star.
Okay.
So I looked it up, and I may or may not have watched some videos just to confirm. It's educational.
Well, hey, you're doing research.
This is my hobby now.
Maybe we get a job at the CIA.
Maybe. Or CSIS?
CIA. Well, CSIS. Sure.
Isn't the CIA? Like, what am I going to start telling people?
Central Intelligence, right? Isn't
you're CIA the? That's AAA.
CIA. Sorry.
CIA.
Yeah.
So I'm in conversations with like 2 or 3 of them. One of them straight up messaged me, and I opened it to see because I'm just adding to my hobby. You know, like if you build like little toy cars, you don't just build one and take it apart. You have a few.
Exactly.
And her message was straight up, "Hey, do you want to be my sugar daddy?" Straight to that. And I was like, wow, straight to the point, eh? Yeah, I'm like there's a website, I'm sure. Yeah. And I'm like straight to the point, eh? I'm like not even like a hey, how you doing? How's your day? She's like, I did say hey. I'm like, I guess. I'm like,
that's not a hello.
It's true. I'm like, I guess you did.
Wow.
And she's like, well, do you want to? I'm like, no, that's all right. She's like, are you sure? I'm like, no, I'm good, thank you. And I'm like, I don't even think she was pretty enough to be my sugar baby. Also, I'm poor. So, like, I don't know what money, like, do your research. You know what it is. Here's what it is, okay? Okay. And here's where I'm positive this, because they all like this one photo in my Instagram and then start messaging me.
Is it the naked one?
No.
Okay.
It's not naked, tastefully naked. It's a picture of my dad on his. I put him for his birthday.
Oh, okay, yeah.
So they think I'm an old man. But here's the thing. The thing is. So
you're saying I have a chance?
You might have a chance. It's my dad in a suit. I posted for his birthday in Vegas.
Yeah.
And then they all think I'm this old dude with money who sits around smoking a cigarette at a bar.
Well, not this year.
No, not this year. But they all seem to. Well, in America, all the bars are open, so I think they might automatically think I'm American and I'm an old dude. I'm like, I'm none of these things, and they all live in.
But either are they?
Right? No, neither are they. They're in like.
Right. But but I mean, they're bullshit scanners on the pictures that they're sending you. Of course, they're not the person that you're talking to either.
I'll show you some of those. I'll show you some of the conversations after. I don't want to read them.
No. So
my whole game is now I try to send them the most boring text messages.
Like long drive.
No, just like most mundane questions. So I'm like, hey, what are you doing? And they're like, oh, I'm just sitting in bed watching TV. I'm like, what's your room look like? Describe it to me. Right. And they're like, I'm like, well, what color's the paint? You know, like I'm just asking them the stupidest questions.
Yeah.
Until like I can catch them.
Right.
So I can catch them in them lying to me.
Right.
That's like my game is I'm playing detective.
Right.
Is essentially what it is. Essentially, for all you listening and watching at home, I'm Batman.
Yes. That's what I mean. CIA.
I'm Batman CIA.
You're hero.
He said CIA. I'm essentially Batman. I'm Batman. I'm the Instagram Batman.
Right. You're trying to save the world. People. Now, do you do the same thing when you get the phone calls, the ghost callers for the CRA? You are going to jail if you don't answer this call.
Listen, the CRA owes me money still, so I know it's bullshit. Anyway, I don't want to talk about that.
But do you know that phone call? Have you had that?
Oh yeah, I'm like, you're full of shit. And I'll hang up. I never push one, but you know, whenever
push one, and then all of a sudden it's like hello, and like and they go CRA Canada, and you go okay, yeah, I just got the call. I'm really nervous. I don't want to do anything wrong. Yeah. Can you please let me know what I need to do?
Yeah.
And also you get the conversation going, and all of a sudden they start panicking.
Oh, because they're not used to people answering?
They don't know what to say, right?
Well, aren't they expecting like people to send the money? Isn't that their whole game?
So weird. Well, I guess if they're listening to your voice, if they hear like a male voice that's not old.
Oh, they're looking for old people.
Yeah, I think so.
I haven't had a CRA call in a long time.
And the duck cleaning. What the fuck's with the duck cleaning?
Oh my god, my brother's got the best response. So that.
I live in a condo. There's no ducks.
I know, but there's ducks in here.
Well,
but they can't come and clean them.
No.
So what I used to do when they call me, I would be like, "Oh my god, you guys, I'm about to lose my house. I'm like, I can't. You think I can afford to clean? I haven't worked in I give them the sob story.
You're right.
So when they called my brother, this is so funny. He's like. So they're like, hey, sir, we're calling for duck cleaning. He's like, what about chickens? And they're like, huh? He's like, I don't have any ducks, but I got chickens. And they hang up immediately. That's so good. I'm like, now I'm desperately waiting for a duck cleaning call. So I can say that to them. I know.
And the fact that when you get that call, it sounds like the last episode. There's like a room of 50 people, and you hear all this background noise. And it's like, "Hello, this is duck cleaning." It's like, how lucrative is this job for these telemarketers? Because, like, I mean, I said in an earlier episode that I used to do that.
Yeah,
I did that for the police association. Yeah, for the circus tickets, and I mean, it was very like this. It's just like there is a guy beside me.
You're on the phone, and that's what's up.
But to hear like this whole feels like Wolf of Wall Street in the background.
It's like, Jesus, are you selling? Sell high.
For duck cleaning. It's like, are you kidding me? Like, there's so many ducks in the world and they all need to be clean.
It's crazy. It's like if I ever thought I might
be sponsored by them now.
if I ever wanted my duck clean, like wouldn't I just call somebody?
Yeah,
like,
right.
Why am I just waiting? I'm not thinking I'm just sitting there and my phone rings and I'm like, hello. Yeah, hey sir, we're from a duck cleaning company. Oh shit, you gotta clean those? I'm so glad you called. I never would have thought of this.
Now, is that a scam too?
I don't know. Probably not.
Well, they keep calling though. Like, no, hey, the window cleaners aren't calling you. The garbage men aren't calling you. You know what I mean? They have ads. That's what we have.
Why aren't the window cleaners calling me? Well, I'd rather be like,
sweeps,
come clean
right?
nobody has a chimney sweep.
But no plumber. Like, you know what I mean? No service company is calling you.
Because if you need it, you call for it. So some guy who owns this duck cleaning, because duck cleaning is not, no one ever thought about it.
Maybe I bet Sears. I think it was a Sears thing from back in the day, because Sears used to do the phone calls.
Did they?
Yeah.
I don't know. I just think that like everybody always wants like the outside of their house clean. So like you call someone to clean your windows and your chimney and because it was a safety hazard.
Yeah, of course.
Cleaning your ducks is not a safety hazard.
Well, it can be.
For your your
the laundry traps.
Sure. Well, yeah. Mine just goes right out. No, mine in my my laundry room.
Get us a duck cleaner now.
Call me, goddammit, call me. My laundry machine, my dryer.
Right.
It's a straight shot right outside. There's no like long tube.
Okay. Oh, okay.
No, so mine's like the wall is exterior.
Okay. Yeah, that's good. So, mine goes.
I know. I used to. To
the left.
So I used to before I had my lavish career in film. I used to. I had a lot of jobs.
Yes. Okay.
One of my jobs was I was a apprentice to be a heating and air conditioning.
HVAC. Yeah. Okay.
So I did like sheet metal and I did stuff like that. I even worked for a company where they patent like garbage chutes. So I used to do the garbage chutes too. Cool. I used to work in condos.
Amazing.
So I used to run the duct. It's all round pipe in here. There's no square. I think the square is just the one that comes in front of your.
Well,
this is all. I think this is all round. These bulkheads is a bunch of round.
Oh, okay, the bulkhead. Okay, yeah.
Your dryer pipe is like you have to screw them together. Everything, right?
Right.
It's screwless because it's all just pressure fit and taped because if there were screws in it, all the lint would get stuck on it.
That's right. That's right. I didn't know that.
Yeah.
It's funny. Were you around when the show Falling Water was here?
I was in the industry. I just never worked on it.
So were you still on the other side at that point?
I don't remember.
Okay, so I worked on that show.
Was it 3 years ago? 4 years ago?
Maybe, 4 years, I think.
I wasn't even saying.
So
4 years ago.
I was working set deck crew with that show. That's the first time actually I worked with Sarah, I think. It's either that or we worked on Handmaid season 1 and then went to that show.
Okay.
So, and I was responsible for the main set. I had to build a duct.
Nice.
I had to do the whole thing. I had to do it went from 12-inch diameter to 6.
Oh yeah.
With a 90-degree bend, and I had to set my workbench. I had 2 workbenches together, and I had to build a jig and put it all together and put the square vents into the round. And everyone's looking at me going, "Is this set deck?" I'm like, "Yeah,
yeah, of course it is." It's amazing that people don't know what set deck. So,
and that's what that kind of scares me is because you do have to have all the trades to learn to work in this industry most times.
Yeah, I mean, you could also like. The great thing about set deck is you don't know it's set deck. So remember, I've done it for a lot before I got into props. Like I was doing set deck,
right?
And wires, above wires, anything that's like like I did Orphan Black, and we did this awesome loft scene where it was all these like pipes and conduits and all this stuff. It was those are the funnest jobs to work.
I love that. I love that.
Best jobs.
I love rigging that way.
Yeah,
because it is a trade.
Yeah, you
have to be specific.
Yeah,
and there's only a select few that can do it. So if you work on your own, it's a beautiful day.
So let's talk about film for a bit here because that's what we do.
Okay.
And I feel like we should talk about it. To me, the best thing I see is like outside shoot off walls. So what a shoot off wall is for people at home that don't understand is when you are filming in a studio or mostly studio, I think you would say it.
Yeah.
Outside of a door, exterior door, you either put like a blue screen.
Right.
Or green screen, depending on whatever, which they can shoot an image onto it, whether it be like in a building, a busy street, etc. Or they do a wall, like a brick wall, like you're outside of a store, it's a brick wall. What's the number one thing you see on that brick wall, man? To you, what if you're watching a movie and you look out the brick wall and it's like, let's say it's a laneway or something.
Yeah, okay.
What are you seeing out there? 2 things come to mind when I watch a show and I see a shootout thing. I look out there and I'm like, oh, that's fucking set deck.
There's always like ABS piping.
Yeah,
I feel.
Yeah,
and depending on like you said, if it's an alleyway or whatever, a garbage can of some sort, whether it's a rolling dumpster or bags. Yeah, bags.
Every TV show or movie you're watching, if there's garbage bags down that alley. Odds are it's full of fucking bubble wrap and newspaper.
So here's the thing: I went to Newfoundland about 4 years ago in August. Just a beautiful time to go, St. John's, and then they screwed us over on the flight. We were stuck in the airport. They didn't have another flight. They vouchered us with a hotel, so we had to spend another day. And so we're in the hotel, and it's raining. We got nowhere to go now because we can't go anywhere. So just flipping channels.
Sure.
Right? And I come across this show, and I swear to God, it was like maybe I'm watching maybe 8 seconds of like, what's this?
Yeah.
And I knew right away from that 8-second pause, just from what they were showing, that it was The Strain, and I never watched The Strain before.
But because you worked on it.
I worked on it, and I knew but I didn't work on that day. I just knew from like
what you saw,
the Jersey barriers and the fencing, that it was The Strain. And the person I was with at the time was like, "How do you know that?" I'm like, because it's like the blue barricades. I could even say lock up props.
Yep.
Right.
You can recognize being
disposal. I knew where all the shit came from. Like
being like working in set deck, and you see all these things, and you go all these prop houses and all these mailboxes and all these things like that. For me, if I look out a door, if I see a scene, it's depending on what it is, like a downpipe, a downspout pipe, or a like gas pipe.
Yep.
And for me, that's always like that's what
yeah.
I'm always looking for. Always looking like that's a set piece. That's a set piece.
Do you feel like, is it because we've extended our resources so much that it's go with what you know? Or is there lack of creativity at that point?
Well, no, I just think it's just make it simple. Sometimes simple is
sometimes it works because you don't really know if they're going to catch that image, and then what does catch you, you're like, oh my god, that's amazing.
You put a down pipe from the east rough down pipe, and a couple garbage bags. It's an alley.
I know. know, but it seems like it's like the
But what would you put in
poor
there?
man's process.
What do you need to put there? It's just an out. It's not a main set.
I know, but more like I said, even with the Strain, I knew it was the Strangers from the Jersey Bears and stuff like that too. But then if you want something, and I know it's a budget thing, but if you want something like a scene from Goodfellas and they're going down the kitchen and everything else, that shot is so seamless to even the lighting, and you see the stairwell and you see things in the wall, but you're moving so quickly, but you know roughly what's where when they're walking in, and then they get to the table. That is a beautiful piece of art because it's, like I said, seamless. There's nothing like you're like, oh, that's got to be a set. Oh, that's the shoot off wall. You don't see that.
Yeah, but a lot of times they're shooting in a real fucking place.
I know. That's locations, and I know. But like even where was it? In let's say Pulp Fiction. Yeah. The Jackrabbit Slims, the 50s diner.
Yeah.
Everything is so visual. Everything's moving. The slot cars, the Cadillac backed booths.
Yeah.
The dance floor. Everything's kind of moving as you're walking in. And that was a set.
Yep.
And not once do you go, okay, I feel like if you know it's a set, it kills that. Like you kill that moment.
I also feel like when you watch that movie,
right,
you were not in film.
Oh, of course not.
So exactly. So you have well, I don't know about you, but I know I wasn't. You have that awe as a person who's not a filmmaker,
right?
As a person who is a film watcher,
right,
a lover of film, as opposed to like, now you watch certain movies and you see some shit and you're like, I bet you that took fucking 2 weeks of hard fucking labor to fucking do that.
Yeah, you sweat almost watching.
Yeah. And so I watch certain things and I'm just like, wow. That I appreciate it more now, but I also know now I don't. The thing is, it's ruined for me a little bit,
right?
Because now you're always like, oh yeah, that's fake.
Yep.
Okay, that's got to be a studio. There's no fucking way.
And over the break, I watched the movie that broke me 2 years ago. I don't want to say it, but it's funny because I know most of the sets. And there were, the 2 weeks off because I got injured. I didn't see the rest of it.
Of course.
But blatantly in the show, it was so cheaply done that they hid nothing that it was Toronto. Like you see the Princess Gates from the C&E. You see the Velvet Underground. And it even says Velvet Underground. Like they did nothing
and it wasn't
to hide it. And that show, I think, blew all its money because it actually shot in the Hockey Hall of Fame in the trophy room.
Cool.
Which is the first production to ever do that. Like they actually moved the trophies and the Stanley Cup out of that room so we could dress.
Why did you go somewhere else, man?
Because they liked the style, and
there's other styles that are similar.
But it used to be an old Bank of Montreal. So that vault door.
No, I've been in there.
That vault door is still the same door.
That's cool.
So that's what they wanted. Okay.
I guess that's cool.
But I'm guessing with all that to move everything else, we couldn't touch the display
well,
cases, all that shit.
I'd be like, yeah, I'll move the Stanley Cup, no problem.
I imagine like it was minimum 10,000 a day.
Oh yeah,
right,
for sure,
minimum, because that's usually a hotel price. But I'm guessing for all the work they had to do to get us into that room and then shoot it. So that's what I'm saying. They made that budget, they probably blew the budget on that.
Sure.
So things were cheaply done, and I know the set decorator, loved the set decorator, and the best scene is actually in Convocation Hall at the University of Toronto, and it's a whole thing of flowers.
Okay.
And it's amazing. That visual alone is like, okay, everything else is garbage up to this point. Wait till you see the Convocation Hall, and you're like, oh my god, it feels like a different movie.
Doesn't that hall kind of look like it could be Harry Potter, like a Hogwarts?
Yeah, all the roof,
stone and all the roof work. It's beautiful in there.
I know.
The University of Toronto buildings. Phenomenal.
I know.
It's almost like a shame that I'm not smart enough to go in them. It's just
maybe now you are.
I think I'm getting stupider, but no, like we filmed it. We get the luxury of our business again is we get to go into these amazing locations.
That's right.
And I shot a movie in that hall. Like it was just like bullshit. Like it was a lunch thing.
Yeah, of course.
And I was just like I was in awe of the fucking building. I was just like, this is amazing. Yeah. And there's still so many buildings that are just so beautiful,
right?
That we've never been in, and like as a Torontonian, and as a person like me, I grew up in the city,
right?
There are so many buildings that are phenomenal that I've never even been in, like the Flatiron Building. I've never been inside of that.
I know. We've always shot around.
We've shot outside.
Yeah.
In the park across from it. Yeah. But I've never been in it.
No.
And it's like the weirdest shaped fucking building in the middle of Fronton Church.
No.
Where is it again? I feel like I just finished saying how much of a Torontonian I know.
It's by the Sony Center, so it's Front Street, Front and
it's Church,
King,
isn't it?
Front and King. No, Church, because Church goes
so it's right there beside.
You're right.
I think
Front
in that
Church,
neighborhood or
it's a crow's foot at that point.
Yeah, exactly.
It's Wellington,
Wellington and
front.
Front.
Wellington Front and Church.
Well, Wellington and Front.
The parallel.
Anyway, yeah,
we're doing
like this. We're doing like this. No, but it's crazy the amount of like places we've never seen.
Two Italians during a podcast. And
we all like this. Oh. Did you see? There's an emoji for this thing?
I know.
I've never
racism. I call it racism on that.
No, I love it. I fucking love it. And now whenever someone says stupid, I'm just gonna send it. Says something really dumb, I'm just gonna send the old
Mingafu.
Are you stupid? Are you stupid or what? You know what? For some reason, I think I may have like drunk emoji'd someone potato once. And now I think I'm just gonna send potatoes to people.
Really?
I'm just gonna send emojis of potatoes. So at the end of a next text I send you, like, yo, what's up, potato? That's what I'm gonna say.
After every sentence,
potato.
Yeah, but you turn that into a habit. It's gonna be something that's important. You're like, oh fuck.
I know. Send it to the boss. Hey, everything's running great here.
Potato.
Oh man,
I'm peeled.
Just in the one time, French fries, potato fries. No, I just love the buildings downtown.
Oh, yeah, I know,
and even the government, like the Parliament building, not the Parliament, but the
Nathan
legislator. Where's like Queen's Park?
Queen's
Beautiful
Park. Nathan
building.
Phillips. I love the
beautiful down there.
Yeah.
And I do really love the City Hall buildings too. Like we filmed
Phillips.
down Nathan Square. Like the what are they called? The Sister Towers? What are they called?
I don't know what they're called, but it's that. If you haven't been here, they're two semicircles that form a full circle around.
Yeah, around a dome of sorts.
It's so weird. And then
I think it's really nice.
The library is amazing in there.
Never been.
Oh, no shit.
Hey,
just kidding.
Hey, what are you stupid about? Potato.
No,
I'm just gonna send. I'm gonna send the Italian emoji and the potato. Just everybody. Oh God.
There's something like you said. We are fortunate for that, and regardless of some of the shit we do go through, that's what makes it worthwhile. It's like you see some really cool stuff, and then sometimes you even have the luxury of seeing cool shit that we do in that set. To like accent it even further.
It's amazing the transformation we do to sets that are already beautiful, to making them just something different.
Now, is there a location though that you're sick and tired of? I already answered this.
I don't know, man.
The Hearn.
I kind of like the Hearn, man. I just don't like being in there. I like being in there in the summertime. Hate being in there in the wintertime because it's no matter what, it's 10 degrees colder in there.
Yeah.
So if it's 40 degrees outside, I'm cool with it being 30 degrees in there.
Right.
You know.
Not trying to give anything away, but where we were last year on the show that you're on now.
Yep.
First time I've ever been there. I'm sure it's for you.
Talking about Hamilton?
Yeah.
Yeah. That place was fucking gnarly.
That fire train.
Dude, that was so cool.
Right? No one's ever seen that. I can't give it away.
Once this season's out on TV,
yeah, we'll talk about it. Yeah.
It was cool as hell, man.
I love, coming to work there, even if you were just like a patrol guard.
Yeah.
And seeing there's so much scenery, there's so
much
playground. Seeing a
fucking train on fire.
Yeah.
And it's like, I'm like, no, it's normal.
It reminded me something out of RoboCop, like the first one.
Yeah.
Like the final battle scene where the guy gets melted through the toxic sludge and gets hit by the car.
So good.
It feels like that. Like you can have snipers on the crosses and everything else. And it's beautiful chaos. Just visual chaos.
It's so
right?
Cool. I hope they never tear down the Hearn.
Well, that's not the Hearn, but
I know.
Right?
I'm not going to talk about the because RoboCop was filmed in the Hearn, the new one.
Yeah. I never watched it.
It's pretty good.
I like I said, it was my first R-rated movie experience, so to watch it again in another format, I just didn't want to spoil it. It's like if they were to remake The Goonies again with a whole new cast, like, I don't know if I could watch it.
I'd watch it just to see.
Yeah, okay, yeah, I get the curiosity, but you know it would be.
Well, listen, they're never going to be the same as the original.
No.
I mean, there are some remakes that have been really good.
There are some remakes that you don't even know that were remakes. You know, that
True.
like Runaway Train. It's a movie from the 70s.
I don't even know the new version of that.
That's with Chris Pine. Remember the Runaway and
no, I have no idea.
And
what you're talking
Denzel Washington.
Watson.
Yeah, Watson. Oops.
Watsington.
Yeah.
I no idea. I've never heard of that movie in my life.
Yeah, it's called Runaway Train, and it's John Voight did it originally in the 70s, just like Assault on Pelham 1, 2, 3 or whatever. And Assault on Precinct 13. There's a lot, even a lot that we worked on.
Because now they can remake those now because a lot of those people who watched them are dead. Well, is that? I feel like if you were watching anything in the 60s and they made a remake of it, they're not gonna be like, oh yeah, it's not as good as the first one. Those people are dead.
Speaking of old movies, and this is a fun fact, I kind of say this to certain people. Did you ever watch The Graduate? No, this is an old movie. This is like 68 to 70. It's Dustin Hoffman's first film.
No, what were you, like 25 when you watched it?
No, but anyway, when you do a film studies thing, you realize that movie is innovative in many ways because they manipulate the lenses. It's not just, we'll put an 18 on it, and
sure.
They manipulate scenes with using different lenses.
Cool.
That in the story is this kid is being seduced by his girlfriend's mother. Okay,
go on.
No, you have to watch it. It's a great movie.
Okay.
I'll
look into it. Did they make it? Did they remake it?
No.
Oh.
And so the school that they used for it, they originally wanted a more fancier looking school.
Sure.
That they said, no way. We're not bringing Hollywood into our school. We're an elite Ivy League
I think
school.
you told me.
Right?
I think you mentioned this. Yeah.
So they said no, absolutely not.
Yeah.
So now it wins an Oscar. So they're now the school's going,
shit.
Fuck.
We should have brought.
We could have now upped our cred. Maybe we won't be so elitist next time.
Yeah.
So now the next movie production comes in and asks to do the location scout and asks if they can shoot there, and they're like right away, arms open. Yeah, come on in. Yeah, we'll do it. And it was Animal House.
Yeah. Perfect. How many Oscars did that one win?
None. And if you watch that now,
it
is. I don't think you could not remake that now.
No way. You can't remake that.
It's racy. Let's just say it's racy. And I don't mean like racist. It's just there's a lot of topics that you're not allowed to really talk about that could get you canceled now if you were to even write it in a script. You know what I mean? There's a lot of things where you're going, wow.
I don't want to say anything.
And Donald Sutherland's naked ass, too.
Was he the dean? No.
Yeah, he's just one of the professors. No, the dean was the guy that's in Ernest Goes to Camp. 0.0. Right? Love that movie.
A lot of people don't know who Ernest goes, like Ernest Saves Halloween, or Ernest. Those movies were classics.
That's your age. See, now you're showing your age.
Fucking getting old, man.
I know. Hey, it happens. See, you never know when it happens.
No, I'm talking about people my age.
I know, but that's
exactly. That doesn't make me older than them. They're still around my age. Listen, I feel like if your age group,
right,
people who watch like the same sort of things,
right.
So let's say, for example, like I'm 35.
Right.
I'm saying in my age of TV who should have been watching around the same thing should have been people from 35 to like 30,
you sure?
29.
Okay.
Like,
yeah.
And then to like 40, 41.
Right.
Like that's it.
Right.
Like you were in like the 10.
Right.
This 5 increments.
Right.
5 below, 5 higher.
Yeah,
you guys should have been watching basically the same stuff.
Yeah.
But in that age group, nobody knows Ernest Goes to Camp, Ernest Saves Halloween, Ernest Goes to Jail. Those were fucking classics.
No. Ernest Scared Stupid.
Ernest Scared Stupid.
Do you think maybe it's because you have an older brother? So
we're 3 years. That's it. We're in that. I feel like we're in that 5-year gap.
Yeah, but you were watching it because he was watching it, let alone like it wasn't something that you discovered. You know what I mean?
I don't know. I don't remember things like that. I can barely remember what I did 3 days ago. I had to call it. I was telling you, I had to call a service repair person. They're like, "When did your because my stove door's locked?"
Okay.
They're like, "When did this happen?" I'm like, "I don't know. Yesterday, today, the day before." I'm like, "I got no idea."
Yeah.
I'm like, "I got no concept of time." Oh, when did you get this? I'm like, sometime from now. Mm-hmm. And forever ago.
You hit the self-cleaning lock, didn't you?
Yeah, but we've done it before. But now it's just, I think it's stuck. So they have to come in, the mechanism's fucking stuck. Anyway, I'm not a fucking mechanic. I'm not a stove mechanic.
So no pizza for you this week?
No, I order it still.
No French fries?
No French fries.
You got to boil the potatoes. That's why the potato.
I'm still working on I'm gas stove, so I can still do it. Boil the potatoes. Potato. Hey. Still had pasta.
Oh, good.
Because of this whole, like, we're not working.
Yeah.
Well, Christmas break. Christmas break.
Anyway. Let's just, it's not a bad thing.
It's not a bad thing.
We're coming back soon. We're on the horizon.
Maybe. I've been watching so much TV, dude.
Yeah.
And I've been finally caught up on The Mandalorian. I watched it all.
Yeah, me too.
It was good.
I liked it.
Bill Burr. I'm not going to say anything, but like I can just say he's in it.
I know. I think people.
I'm just going to say, like, you've seen the trailer. He's in it or whatever.
Yeah.
He's a good actor, man.
Yeah, he has a.
He's
a thing,
pretty good, but like I feel like he just plays himself, but like slightly different.
Less abrasive.
Yeah, less abrasive. Right. Still a prick.
Yeah,
still's got that like the comedy
twinkle in his eye that he could smack you around if you said something else.
Because I also just watched a movie called The King of Staten Island. Have you heard of it?
Great movie.
Right. Bill Burr, great in it.
I know.
So good.
That movie was a surprise for me.
Yeah. So if you don't know what it is, it's Pete Davidson from Saturday Night Live.
Yeah.
Also, he's like a hilarious comedian. He's so funny. The roast of Justin Bieber, when he's like, Justin,
I never saw
my father. He goes to him. He goes, my father died in 9/11.
Yeah.
And he goes, he's like, as much as I miss him, I'd rather my father be dead than have your dad or some shit like that.
Oh wow.
He's
really?
like, yeah.
Wow.
Like he was. I can't. Like, I feel like I butchered it. I butchered it. Right? No, he's like you're the greatest of our generation. Blah blah blah. He did praise him after.
Okay.
Like you can say like because he's only like 24.
I know. He's very young. He's super young.
Wow. He's a great actor. Yeah. He's great on SNL. He's super funny. He's really good at these roasts.
Yeah.
And he's like, fucking. He's your height.
I know.
Like 6 foot 100. Yeah. And he's like, it was a really good movie. Yeah. Like there was good casting too.
That was great. Marissa Tomei.
Oh my god.
Amazing, right?
Yeah,
right.
Marissa Tomei. Machine Gun Kelly was in it for like a second.
I know
because they're best buds.
Is it okay? And then Action Bronson's in it too.
Yeah. Oh right? yeah. Steve Buscemi's in it,
and Steve Buscemi used to be a firefighter.
That's
too,
right. And at 9/11, he went.
Yeah, he took off work and
he went to help. Yeah. What an amazing dude.
I think
he's looking fucking old though. Eh? He's looking not great.
He's like The Irishman. Oh my god!
I didn't watch that yet. I haven't watched it. It's like this is like 6 hours. That movie, isn't it?
It's long. It's long, but I mean, again, the legacy of those actors.
I just don't want to. I just don't want to see them old.
That's what sucks too.
Yeah.
Like Pesci is old. Like
Danny.
You look at Harry. You look at Harry from Home Alone. You look at him in The Irishman.
I watched it. Like, I watched it on Christmas Eve or Christmas Day. I watched Home Alone.
I know, but I'm just saying his character in Home Alone to where he is in the Irishman.
It's sad.
Very old. And you're like, oh my god, I'm old watching his.
I know because like you watch him age from like Home Alone to like Lethal Weapon.
Yeah.
And then like Lethal Weapon to
Casino.
Or like Casino was before Lethal Weapon, wasn't it?
No.
I'm not gonna fact check.
Yeah.
and then you see him now, and he's like, oh man, what happened, dude?
I know. And then even Raging Bull.
Yeah.
Right. He's so young and he's got a full head of hair, and you're just like, oh my god, who's this guy?
Yeah.
And that was his first first Scorsese movie, and you're just going, this guy's got something. And all of a sudden you see him like in Goodfellas. Like that was the thing. I was seeing when I was a kid watching Home Alone, watching him in Home Alone, right? And it's a comedy as a kid.
Yep.
And then I think it was from that it went to maybe Lethal Weapon 2, and then Goodfellas.
Yeah. And
I don't know, like that may not be the timeline, but it was the timeline for me to watch them, and watching him in 2 comedic roles, and then seeing him as like the ruthless motherfucker, like, killing people. And you're like, oh, I'm scared of this guy. Like,
well, I mean, think about it. In his comedic role as in Home Alone, right. He was a bad guy.
I know.
So he's always just been a bad guy. Has he ever played like a good character? Like I'm a good dude.
That Gone Fishing movie with
with Donald there, not Donald. Glover.
Yeah, not Donald. Yeah,
Danny Glover.
Danny Glover. Yeah.
Yeah, I don't think I've seen that one. I don't know. It's just weird seeing your favorite actors get old. Yeah. Like De Niro's fucking old, man.
I know. But
Chevy Chase, look at that.
That's
guy,
all of
man.
us. I know. Brendan Fraser.
Yeah, he got fat though.
And bald. I know.
He had a lot of I love Brendan Fraser.
He's a great guy.
Do you watch Doom Squad or Doom Patrol, whatever it is?
No.
He plays a robot voice.
Oh, okay.
But like in the beginning of it, he was like this NASCAR driver, like this fat NASCAR American, and he was like on top of the world, fucking his nanny, sort of a thing. And then he got in like this crazy crash, and then he became like a Doom Patrol or whatever. It's good. It's a good show.
Speaking of Brendan Fraser, did you ever watch the movie Airheads?
Love Airheads.
Right?
Yes.
I saw it in the theater at a screener.
Yeah?
Yeah. And it blew my mind.
So good. There was like some charity event recently, like Steve Buscemi was holding, and Adam Sandler was on it, like a virtual thing.
Right.
And he's like, he had this, I can't remember what it was. It was something like a Swiss Army knife or something.
Okay.
That said his character's name on it.
Right.
From Airheads. He's like, hey, Adam, do you remember this?
Wow.
And I was like, no, what's that? He's like, that's from Airheads. He's like, oh, Adam's like, oh shit, I think I have that around the house somewhere.
Okay.
Like this is like, that movie's like fucking 30 years old or something.
Such a good movie. And Chris Farley's first role. Isn't it?
Was it that?
It's a Saturday Night Live movie, pretty much, because all the alumni are in it.
Yeah.
But yeah, let me.
So hold on, it's Adam Sandler,
Steve Buscemi,
and
Brendan Fraser.
Okay,
Yeah, funny. It's a silly movie.
Yeah,
but it has a really good message. Like if you believe in something, don't give up, no matter what the odds are. I mean, obviously, you're not gonna take anything hostage.
Yeah, don't go hostage trying to make your rock and roll hair metal.
Break into anything to like get your point across.
I can't remember. Did the music ever play? Did they ever get to play?
Yeah, they do this.
Was it good?
Not really.
Yeah,
I actually have the soundtrack.
Do you?
Yeah.
Okay. I can't remember.
And I mean, whatever. But I don't know. And again, I don't even think it was them. It was just another band. But I mean, great soundtrack too. Like a really cool soundtrack. Like they did. There's the White Zombie, and they play live at the Whiskey a Go Go, in that movie, and some really really cool songs. Like it was a good
cast too, man. I know. Good cast, good songs, good music. It was like that was the time. That was the best time for that movie to come out.
Yeah, and it's simple. It's a simple movie, right?
Speaking of like old movies and old school, I've been watching Cobra Kai.
I haven't watched it yet.
So it's just weird seeing because Karate Kid, for those of you who don't know, like if you watch Karate Kid, if you don't know, what do you live under a rock? Cobra Kai.
Stop listening to the show right now.
Cobra Kai, no, don't. Cobra Kai is like the TV series of like Karate Kid. So now you have like Ralph Macchio and the other dude's name I can't remember right now off the top of my
William
head.
Zabka.
Something, are now adults.
Yeah.
And they're like teaching karate and like they're, Macchio owns a fucking car dealership and he's doing well. And
did you see what the crew gift was?
What, Cobra Kai? Was it a fucking...
So Rob Liefeld, the guy that created Deadpool.
Yeah.
I follow him on Instagram. For some reason, they gave him... It's this huge box. He opens it up. It's a slide case. And it's a jacket. And on the back it says, no rules, no mercy. Or like whatever.
Yeah,
the Cobra Kai thing. And it's black with the logo.
Nice.
And a headband.
Sweet.
But the jacket's also reversible, so it's white on the inside. That's reversible, and it's the Daniel-san dojo, the
Miyagi dojo.
Yeah, Miyagi dojo, whoa. And then with the white headband.
But I hate fucking reversible jackets.
I know,
but no, that's super cool.
That's neat, right?
Just make 2 jackets.
No more jackets as crew gifts, okay? Like,
no. Make jackets, but make them like fucking cool. I don't know, but it's just watching them old and Elizabeth I don't know, it's like Elizabeth the 3rd Shue? Season, and they're showing Elizabeth Shue like as a young girl, and now she's in the show now too, and she's like, I mean, I worked with her recently too.
I know. She milking those guys too.
No comment. No comment.
Adventures in Babysitting. You've seen that?
Yeah, of course. She was great, man. She was great.
Such a good movie.
It was such a good movie. And, now that's the one where like the one of the kids, like she was obsessed with Thor, right?
Yes.
And then Thor is in the movie, but you know who he is? It's what's his name? Oh my God.
It's the guy that's in
played like
True Romance.
The guy who played Kingpin.
Oh no, it's D'Onofrio. That's right. It is D'Onofrio. Yeah, that's right.
And then you look at him then and look at him now, and you're like, yeah, you look fucking different too, man.
D'Onofrio. He's one of those.
He's a great actor. He's an underrated. He's one of the best underrated actors.
Yeah, of course.
In fucking Hollywood.
Him and Sam Rockwell. If they did a movie together,
Sam Rockwell,
right? Him,
fucking
right?
like Charlie's Angels, the original ones.
Okay, yeah.
When Sam Rockwell was the bad guy. Well, because they made a new one.
I know the Drew Barrymore ones. Yeah.
That's what I mean. Like the movie.
Yeah.
Not the OG. The second layer OG. Listen, the people who watched the first one are dead. The Drew Barrymore, Cameron Diaz, and Lucy Liu.
Right.
He was the bad guy in the first movie, I think.
Yeah.
He was so fucking good.
Yeah.
He's so underrated. 3 billboards outside of Missouri, whatever it was.
Yeah, okay.
He was so good in that. Yeah. He's so good in all these movies he's in.
Full Metal Jacket.
Yep.
Gomer Pyle.
Yep.
Okay. Then The Cell. I know you don't like The Cell, the one with Jennifer Lopez.
I didn't like that.
Again, watch it again. You know why? A lot of people get disoriented with that movie because it looks weird.
No,
the film was actually processed 6 times to give it that off polish. And then just his character is that evil. Like when he's walking out of that throne room and like all the curtains are hooked to his back, is just amazing scenery. Like it's more
it just didn't.
It's more of turn the volume off and just watch the visuals than it is to actually get into the story because it gets kind of dark and weird. But that and then Kingpin, like he can play something that's totally psycho
to something
and then totally like I'm the
so
father
good.
in this. But even in Men in Black, he's the farmer guy.
Yeah, he's the farmer.
It looks like
I thought it was Bill Paxton.
Looks
for
like
some
your
reason.
skin's hanging from your face. Is that better?
Yeah. For when I was remembering back, I was like, yeah, Bill Paxton was the farmer guy. And then you go back and you're like,
no, that's enough.
Did I just make fun of Bill Paxton to look like a fucking bug inside him? R.I.P.
But yeah, it's so good. And then I find like if there was a movie between him and Sam Rockwell,
I mean, it could suck if it's a bad script.
Well, it would just have to be a writing script. But it's, to me, you get some treats out of the actors that aren't the ones that are always the ones that you see in every movie. They're not trying to sell the hit. They're just trying to do their craft.
And Sam Rockwell is, for me, like one of the best actors.
Yeah, Mickey Rourke at one point too was like that too.
Yeah,
you did when you're captivated by their screen presence as opposed to.
Hey, Mickey Rourke was the voice in Mandalorian.
What? Oh, he's one of like the stormtroopers.
No. He's like the first season.
Okay.
The guy who rides those things.
I know Jason Sudeikis is a speeder.
Is he? Yeah. No. It's one of it's like a CGI character.
Okay.
Okay. You know the guy who like when he's like he almost gets attacked by like that weird like buffalo looking thing.
Okay. Yeah.
He's the guy who like he's the retired guy on that planet.
Oh, like the Ugnaught thing.
I'll show you a picture.
The grumpy guy.
Yeah, the grumpy guy.
I thought that was Nick Nolte.
Oh, maybe it is Nick Nolte. Those two guys, you don't know. I can't remember. They look the same dude. What fucking same old white dude.
Nick Nolte's mugshot. The best mugshot ever. Oh, no, that James Brown. James Brown's pretty good too.
Yeah. James Brown didn't give a fuck. That's why. James Brown didn't give a fuck. You can take that to the grave. He did. Take it to the grave. He didn't give a fuck about nothing. He said shit like people were like, I'm James Brown.
Oh my God. There's my one friend, Bob, the skydiver, saw him live at Rama.
Yeah.
And he's walking down the hall. If you've ever been to a show at Rama.
I have, yeah.
Right.
I have, yeah.
So they walk down the hall and like if you stand there, you can watch him walk right into the show.
Yeah.
So he's got this huge like white fur, like pimp outfit on. He's walking through. And some woman, I guess she's not part of the show. She's walking out of the washroom, sees him, and calls him by a different name. And I don't even remember. Like, this is a Bob story.
James Brown.
But she basically called him something different.
Yeah.
Something that clearly he wasn't that person that she thought he was. And just, boom, bitch, you're gone. Like, don't even talk to me. Like, because she's like, oh my God, it's like, it's you. So he kind of entertained it. And as soon as she said the wrong name, poof. She's like, she turned into dust.
James Brown Smythe there.
Boom. Bam.
Is that where Bobby Flay got that from? Oh. Bam. Be gone. Bam.
Oh, man.
Cloud of dust.
And it's funny, too.
Fuck, it was Nick Nolte, I think.
And it was funny. It's when you watch, I know they keep repeating it with the memes and everything else, but like the James Brown thing.
Yeah.
Or not James Brown, Rick James.
Yeah.
And it's Dave Chappelle playing Rick James.
Fucking love that, man.
But that attitude of Rick James.
Yeah.
I'm Rick James, bitch. You can see that script. You see that skit.
Yeah,
you see the interview with James Brown in that skit as well. But you watch the old footage, like, YouTube it.
Yeah.
Like interviews with him back in the day.
Good.
MTV awards and stuff like that. That is Rick James.
Yeah, and James Brown did an interview and he was so fucking drunk or high.
Oh yeah, with the yellow glasses.
You remember that one?
Oh.
And he's like, yeah,
I feel good.
I feel good.
What about the rape charges? I feel dynamite.
I'm dynamite. Just, like, dude, you're the fucking king, man.
He kept like just repeating his song titles instead of like answering the questions.
So good, man.
And Andrew Dice Clay, did you see that one? Blows up on CNN.
No.
So he's sitting there and he's smoking.
They brought him on CNN.
Yeah, he's smoking a cigarette.
Mistake number 1.
That's live. So we got like
Andrew Dice Clay should never be live.
So you hear, you've been out of the mainstream for a bit, and you've, you're now not as big as you once were. What do you mean? I still sell out in Vegas. What the fuck you talking about? He starts losing his mind.
Of course he did. He's Andrew Dice Clay, man.
It's like now you've started up a gym. And Jim, where'd you get your fucking information from? You know what? Go fuck yourself. And you hear everyone going, whoa!
Cut him off, man.
Live CNN.
It's like, who was like, you know what we should do, guys? Let's bring Andrew Dice Clay. You know what? Live. Let's not even pre-record tape it or anything. Let's do it live. That guy just swears every third word.
You could say about Mike Tyson too, the rat piece of shit on the CP24.
Oh, you know what? That guy deserved that though.
I'm surprised he didn't get knocked out.
Well, Tyson knows better than that.
Well, he was trying. I think the interviewer was trying to get his name across, but every time I see
not with Mike Tyson, man. You know what I'm gonna do? That guy killed people in the ring.
I know, but why would you? Okay, you know that.
And those guys could take punches.
Okay, you know that. I know that. If we had Mike Tyson in this room right now,
yeah,
we are not talking about his rape allegations.
Nah, bro, I'm be like, why'd you get that tattoo on your face? I just stare at him.
But
hi, Mike.
But yeah,
Mike, why'd you do it, man?
But
why'd you bite his ear? That'd be question number 1.
But
like, what was going through your mind when you were getting your ass kicked by a Holyfield that you thought maybe I should just bite his ear off?
Would you still go for fighting a gorilla? But but that's what I mean. Like that guy knew. That guy, I think that's why he asked the question, because he wanted to make a name for himself as opposed to.
But where is he now?
He's still on CP24.
Yeah, but I don't know him from.
But every time I see him now, I think of rat piece of shit. Every time, look at that rat piece of shit.
I don't even watch the news anyway.
You can't turn it off.
All right, listen, we got to do.
We're the news. We're the news now.
We got to do a recap because I got to pee, and I haven't sat still. I haven't not been beside a bathroom like at home on my couch in the longest time.
Yeah.
All right, well, listen, we're back.
Yeah.
Happy New Year and Merry Christmas, and the very Denzel Christmas special was a hit, I think.
Yeah, surprisingly.
From what I remember.
Look at them.
Look at them. Look at them. I think my microphone still smells like Scott. Is that weird? Still smells like a Goomba
cigars
over
and
here.
Scotch.
Italian Goomba over here. Smells
California
like,
sandwiches.
We're back. We touched base on my new hobby.
Yeah.
Which I think I'm gonna confront some of them today. And be like, hey, are you a porn star? No, because
Tell them what you do.
You're probably a 45-year-old dude.
Tell them what you do, and so you want them over here.
Now, should I or should I not send them a dick pic?
No, absolutely
got
not.
You.
No,
got
absolutely
you.
not.
Smart. I wasn't gonna do it.
Never.
Never say never. We talked about some films and stuff because that's all we've been watching and more stuff. Cool Architect in Toronto.
Yeah.
You can find us on our social media page. Well, this has been a minute. Eh?
I know.
Grunts and Grumbles Official is our Instagram and our Facebook.
Yet,
Grunts and Grumble Podcast is our YouTube channel.
Yep.
GruntsNGrumbles.com is our website.
We still have merch available too.
Yes, hit us up. Our merch is available. You can find me at ZomVinny.
I'm TG Wheelman, and as always, it was
so
a
much.
pleasure, and we'll see you again.